G'day, g'day. Here we are. Game number, I don't know if it's 85 or 86. I've really lost track of this. I am not suggesting anything in this game. I hope Australia wins and gets through. I think the value is Egypt, but I also think these two teams potentially match up well, and I am not getting involved. I would never usually say this, that there's bias. But yeah, I'm actually finding a soft spot for the Australian team and hoping that they advance through here. So I've learned many, many years ago when it gets to this, and I grew up with a team that I followed in Australia that was average to good, that became great after I stopped betting on the sport. That if I bet on them, they lose. If I bet against them, they win. So I guess I should bet against Australia in this game. Then that means they win and get through. But this is purely a numbers one today. I am not getting financially involved. Emotionally, maybe a little bit. So here we've got 61% of the money's on Egypt. Looking at, call it 28% on Australia, and then the rest on the draw. Master money on the three-way, it's more 63%, and the rest on Australia. Not really anything on the draw right here. Total, 71% on the over. However, we're looking at 82% of the master money on the under. This feels like it could be just a dead under, depending who scores first, depending how it plays out. Spread-wise, 62% is on the plus, and that's at plus a half, plus a quarter, plus a half mainly, minus a half as well when it comes to the master money. Looking at 68% is also on the plus, and a lot of that's actually +1, laying just over 3-1. So there seems to be some confidence adding that goal that Australia is not likely to get beat by 2, so you're pushing on 1. And on the flip side, Egypt laying a price as well. So no one's really looking at the half. They're really looking at the pick and the 1 as the play here. Team to advance, 84% of the money's on Egypt. Master chart's pretty well balanced, not a lot of volume. As we dive into some of these other markets, first half, oddly enough, is like 96% is split between Egypt and the draw. Nothing on Australia for the first half. Tiny little master money on the draw there. Diving a bit deeper, Australia total goals over half. They're laying the money around 88%. However, 100% of the master money is on the under there. I expect this will be very cagey until someone scores, and then it potentially has to open up for whoever the other team is that is behind. And as we've seen, it's quite easily a spot where Australia could go up 1-0 and then get beaten 2-1, like shown up a lot. Seeing some master money on correct score. Australia 2-1 at around 16-1. Egypt 1-0 around 6.5-1. And Egypt 2-0 around 10.5-1. Seeing draw Egypt also pulling some master money around 5-1 at the halftime, full time. Let's see if there's anything on the corners. Goal range, 0-1 goals. Seeing some master money pop up there at around 1 plus 160. Egypt by 1 is also getting some master money. So it seems like they're all predicting this to be a cagey match, 1-1, and maybe a 1-0 result at the end of the day. Total corners, seeing significant money on 7+ for Egypt, around 4.25-1. No master money, just general money. First goal scorer, Salah's seeing some money. Anytime goal scorer, Salah's seeing some money, around 2-1. But no master or professional action there. And I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up there. I do have some plays that are worth looking at if you have available. I'm seeing a 3-team parlay, a couple of 2-team parlays, and some straight bets. Not for today, getting in early on some other games. So I'm looking at the 3 host nations, potentially Canada draw which I think was around 13-5 or just over 5-2. The England-Mexico draw, which I think was around 2.30, so $3.30 in decimal, and the US draw. So potentially three-team parlay is at about 40-1, 45-1. And the two-team parlay with Canada and Mexico draw is about 11 or 12-1. Looks like we'll end up on those. And again, draws are generally what we can cheer for here. But keep an eye on those. If you're seeing some good prices on those, worthwhile getting them in from now. I think they're going to be very cagey and close. US, personally, I think the US will take Belgium. I don't know what it ended up. It ended up around pick, so there's probably a pick, a draw no bet there for the USA over Belgium. Really thought this was an opportunity for Mexico to take down England. I think the draw is a really good spot there. And Morocco, Canada. Morocco is the better team, but this is where playing close and cagey, and Canada may be able to hold them or sneak through a goal there to get it, 1-1 potentially. I don't see it as 0-0, but who knows? But yeah, right now, personally cheering on Australia. Money-wise, Australia's a good result. But yeah, this one, let's see how it plays out. There may be an opportunity getting on the team that's behind early on. I think this is very different than that Switzerland-Algeria one last night, where once Switzerland got in front, just felt like they were going to be very comfortable the rest of the way. I mean, the Aussies like a fight, so I think this should be some fun football. Cheers and all the best.